Ngayon, I think it is the way of God revealing to all of us ano bang ginagawa ng mga kababayan natin, lalong-lalo na yung nasa public service, para to curb the problem constantly year after year. Minsan pa nga mas worst yung flood problem, no? Kasi it is deeply saddening yung sinabi na ng Pangulo natin na oo, kompleto na yung 5,500 control projects. And then Mother Nature challenged that statement. Pinaulan ng malakas. Pag ulan ng malakas, lubog sa baha ang lugar. Kahit ngayon, lubog sa baha ang iba't ibang bahagi ng Maynila. Lubog sa baha ang mga lugar na kung saan may mga inintroduce, even completed ang status ng mga flood control projects, pero ni isang evidence to support that such projects were completed, hindi po talaga natin makikita. Hindi naman, it's not even, I think, alam naman yan ng karamihan sa ating mga Pilipino, ang ginagawa kasi nila, may proyekto, kailangan ng flood control projects doon. May mga contractors na magbibid, o kami gagawa ng proyekto na yan. Sometimes nga, ang ginagawa pa ng mga malalaking contractors, binibili nila yung bid ng mga maliliit na contractors. At akala mo naman, separate entity yun. Yun palang contractor na yun. Kasi para proseso kasi yan sa Bid and Awards Committee ata, no? Isang process ng pag-designate or pag-award ng project, I think, is to make sure na mayroong mga competition, ganyan, para pakita yan normally through formal ministerial function lang yan yung mga ganyan. Tapos, pag na-award na kunuhay, kasi na-outbid yung mga ganoon, kasi dito, meron din naman mga elemento na mayroong mga ibang contractors na talagang sila lang may capacity to really or completion yung mga specific projects na yon. Ginagawa nila, ina-outbid nila yung maliliit na mga contractors. Kaya nga, when an individual expressed their position on media or probably through an interview, and then mistakenly or probably hindi yun nila intentional na sinabi, but because of human nature, nasabi niya na my contractors, doon talaga it revealed to the whole world na these individuals, congressmen or sino pa yung mga meron silang mga preferred individuals or preferred entities para makakuha ng proyekto na to. Ang tanong naman natin, bakit kailangan sila talagang kumuha? Kasi po mga kababayan, meron kasi silang mga kickback or porsyento. Alam naman siguro yan ng lahat. That's not even uncommon anymore because that has been a practice from one generation to another. Kaya nga ngayon, mas vivid, na talaga, mas parang naung-nawong na talaga na pinapakita sa atin na, uy, kaya natin to because we can. Because nandito tayo sa posisyon. So gagawin natin yan. And it troubles me because these individuals are doing this, of course, for their family, for their respective families or whatnot. But kasi these individuals are flaunting their richness or their wealth or whatnot sa lahat ng mga Pilipino because I think that's part of their way of life. Kasi parang pinalaki sila ng parents nila, ang dami nating pera, kaya natin itong gawin because we can. But yung question sana natin, bilang mga anak na mga mayayaman dyan, saan ba galing tong pera na to? Is this legal? Is this illegal? Why are we this rich? If this is old money, if this is not old money, kailan ba kami naging rich? Mantakin nyo guys, 40 ang sasakyan, iba't ibang mga may matatak pa yan. Ang mga bahay, ang lalaki. Samantalang yung mga kababayan natin, nasa laylayan, lalo na yung mga marginalized and ordinary individuals, they cannot even afford to have 3 meals a day. They cannot even afford to have proper health care. They cannot even afford to have access to potable drinking water or even just regular water usage. And yet we are at the comforts of our house. Sobrang yayaman, sobrang dadami ng pera. What for? Where's the humanity in you? Nawala na ba yung pagkatao ninyo? Nawala na yung there's no human in you na. Wala nang pagmamahal para sa bayan, sa kapwa-tao ninyo. Wala na ba? Doon na lang ba tayo yung sa pinapakita na lang natin sa buong mundo ang kasakiman natin dahil sa pera? Ganoon na lang ba yun? Oh, yan po ang punto. Hello. Yan po ang punto ng isang ordinaryong Pilipino. Hello, ma'am. Thank you. Yan po ang punto ng isang ordinaryong Pilipino katulad ko. Katulad ko lang naman ng mga taong, alam mo, ano ba talaga ang punto ng isang public servant? Yun ba ang maging lamok at sipsipin lahat ng dugo at kaluluwa ng bawat pamilyang Pilipino? Ganoon na ba yun? And the worst part is these individuals, yung mga anak nila, saying that we don't owe anything sa mga Pilipino. Ma'am, sir, lahat po ng tinatamasa ninyo sa buhay is a product of milking the money of the entire Filipino people. This transcends political affiliation. This is about us, Filipinos. Kaya wag po ninyo akong paandar, ha? Alright. Lakas naman ng train na yun. Kaya wag po ninyo akong paandaran. Diyan sa sinasabi ninyo na you don't owe anything sa mga kababayan natin, mga Pilipino. Talaga ba? Talaga bang you don't owe anything? Hindi po dapat. Let us wake up from the hypocrisy that we are currently having right now. Totoo. Ang dami ng mga naghihirap sa atin. You don't even care. You don't even care how difficult it is for a marginalized to have food on their table. And yet you shamelessly, no, not shamelessly, you're proud to flaunt whatever wealth you have to pay such an amount for a meal or whatnot. To say that you don't owe anything sa Filipino people is a brazen move to show to the whole world that you don't even care, that you are entitled to whatever richness you have. Is that so? Is this the kind of reality you're trying to deflect or to show to the entire Filipino, to the world? Saan na po yung pagmamahal natin sa bayan? Sana po natin makikita yung pagrespeto natin sa ating compatriots. So yun po ang aking gustong sabihin. Lahat po ng ginagawa ninyo is talagang nagre-reflect yan sa kung gaano ba ninyo kamahal ang bayan. Oo, totoo lang. Hindi ko nababasa kasi lahat ng mga Hindi ko nababasa ang mga comment niyo, guys. So i-open ko sa kabilang And I think it is also a reminder to the government to award projects to the righteous contractors, to the contractors who can deliver. Hindi naman doon i-award ninyo kasi meron kayong kickback doon. I-award ninyo kasi may contractors. Aren't you ashamed that you are even saying yung my contractors are not even part of the list na sinabi ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos? Really? So you have a list of contractors? Based lang out of your whim. Based lang sa kung sino ang gusto mong contractors ang makakuha niyang project na yan. So you have the free will to decide. Ganoon na lang yun. I cannot imagine that this is now the reality that we are having right now. Tinood. Wala anak ko. I cannot believe that this is the kind of life we have. This is the amount of respect we give to the Filipino people. Oh, by the way, every day lumalaban ng patas sa buhay. But kung sino pa yung nasa kapangyarihan, kung sino pa yung merong supposedly platform para ma-change or to start a ripple effect that will change hundreds if not millions of Filipino lives. Hindi. Gusto niyo lang, kayo lang ang mayaman. Kayo lang ang meron. Wala na kayong pakialam sa iba pa. And that is painstakingly painful to witness in today's age and time. Sobra ang... I was really deeply saddened, no? Na-shock talaga ako. Sabi ko, grabe, no? Shamelessly grabe. Hindi na nila iniisip na magpa-interview pa, dami-dami nilang yaman, ganito, ganyan. Tapos, ngayon, dinideflect niyo naman sa mga Duterte. The issue is currently now, and then you're trying to blame it now, na naman ngayon kay Congressman Pulong. You're trying to pin down na naman kay Mayor Baste, asking the mayor to ask his brother, Congressman Pulong, about the flood control projects. Pumunta ka kasi ng Davao. Tingnan mo yung Davao. Nakita nyo ba yung coastal road ng Davao? Grabe kaganda, guys. Kita nyo ba yung mga flood control projects nila? Kitang-kita na hindi talaga nilagyan lang ng bamboo. Makita nyo talaga na meron talagang, may palasakit talaga ang governance, the leadership of the Dutertes sa Davao. Makita nyo talaga. There's no question to that. Honestly, and I would like to believe that these individuals, particularly yung mga anak ng mga mayayaman na pinaaral pa kayo sa iba't ibang lugar, premier universities, napaka sa Europa, sa Amerika, kung saan-saan pa, nawala na yung humanity in you. When in fact, it is the teaching of different premium universities all over the world to look at power struggles of your respective society. You lost that. Parang nawala na, kinalimutan niya lang. It is a highlight, particularly discussing about developing countries. If nag-aral ka sa ibang bansa. And yet, you think that because you come from a family whose a family of contractors, nadami ang kayaman na, you lost your humanity in you. Nawala na talaga. Kaya nga, ang napinsan ko, Lord, kailan ba ito matatapos, Lord? Kailan ba mamumulat sa kalokohan na ginagawa ng mga individual? In this case, mga contractors, congressman, senator, sino pa yung mga involved dyan, local government units, executive, judiciary, lahat na. Kasi yan, because sa atin kasi, it's very, very common ang practice na ito. And nobody says anything about it. Kaya nga, sinasabi, paulit-ulit ko talagang naririnig si late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago, the ever brilliant, during the impeachment of Chief Justice Corona, she made mention. Everyone is saying that we are against corruption, we are against criminality, we are against whatever it is that put the government or the country at stake. When everyone is calling for transparency, where everybody is calling for accountability, nobody does that except Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Even the late, brilliant Miriam Defensor Santiago saw that already in the former president. Opo.